It's time to pit Ninjabread Man against Yamaha Supercross. Every year I do a top 10 best and worst list of the games that I reviewed this year. For my worst games in 2008, it was Ninjabread Man. And in 2009, it was Yamaha Supercross. So I thought it would be fun to pit the two games up against each other to see which one was, well, I don't want to say better, as they're both kind of terrible. But let's just say the one that sucks the least. I had my fans submit categories for me to judge the two games on, and I picked them out randomly out of a hat. So with that said, the categories are creativity, controls, box art, price, and worth your time. Just like always, there'll be no ties in the categories, and there will be a winner at the end. So let's get started. Creativity. In order to make a video game, you have to be somewhat creative. And that's even true with these two crappy games. However, I think Ninjabread Man wins this one, because no matter how well designed the racetracks are, which they aren't, but let's just say for argument's sake that they're the best tracks ever made, it's not that creative compared to what the creators of Ninjabread Man had to do. They had to create a whole new world for you to explore. They didn't have any real-life examples to work off. They had to use all their creative skills, and I'm sure a bunch of drugs, to make Ninjabread Man. Look at it. If that's not them trying to be creative, I don't know what is. Sure, it's ugly and the level design is horrendous, but at least they did try. Controls. Now, I didn't mention this in my Ninjabread Man review, but you can use the Z button to jump. But they don't teach you this, and I wanted to play the game the way the publishers wanted me to play it, with motion controls. I think Yamaha Supercross would win in this category, because the controls, while incredibly broken, were somewhat playable. Ninjabread Man, though, is completely unplayable with the motion controls. Box art. Well, this is a strange category. All right, let's take a look at the two titles' box art. Let's see, Ninjabread Man. I gotta admit, Ninjabread Man looks pretty awesome, holding up his sword, looking up at us saying, "You think you're tough enough to play my game? Well, let's go." While Yamaha Supercross is just a guy looking like he's about to wipe out. That's a nice image. At least they're honest about the game. This is the image you're gonna see most. You about to crash into something. I'd say Ninjabread Man wins on this one, just for the epic look of it alone. Price. They are each normally priced at $19.99, and I don't think either one of them is worth that price. Now, Ninjabread Man you can pretty regularly find for $10 on Amazon. However, you can also find the Styx 400 for the same price, but that doesn't mean you should buy it. And before anyone asks, the Styx 400 is a game system for your computer where you download games to play with their fake Wiimote controller. It's just awful, trust me on this. And it reminds me of the old saying, just because something is cheap doesn't make it worth the money. I'm going to make my decision on this one on their regular prices of $19.99. And I would have to say, if you had to buy one of these two titles, you'll be less disappointed with Yamaha Supercross, because at least it gives you more gameplay options. Worth your time. Honestly, neither one of these titles is worth your time. So how do you choose between them? Thinking about it, I would have to say Yamaha Supercross is slightly more worth your time than Ninjabread Man, but only slightly. The tracks in theory could be fun to play, but in the end, Ninjabread Man has nothing in it that makes it even worth the effort of putting the disc in the machine. So the winner is, if you can call it that, Yamaha Supercross. It sucks less than Ninjabread Man. In fact, you could put that on the box. However, the publishers of Yamaha Supercross shouldn't celebrate too much, as it's not that much of a victory. I still say they're both not worth your time, and you should absolutely skip them both.